Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
What's that, Cody? Right now? Hey, friends, welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. It is Tuesday, the 9th. It's the 9th. We got the date wrong on the screen. Look who's right. La, la, la. The whole time we're sitting here getting ready for the show, I'm like, hey, that camera's not as tall as it normally is. The lights aren't as high. They weren't turned on right away. We got the wrong date on the screen. Boom. Actually, what's happening, friends, is this is Tony Tone from yesterday. I'm in the future, and I'm here to tell you that today is going to be another... Oh, the date's gone. Did you see that just disappear? Wait, it's on this side. It was here, and then it was gone. So welcome in. It's Tuesday, the 9th of April. It's so good to be with you this morning. It is another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Now, I say this, if it's cold tonight, you have to keep in mind that we do this show live. Right now, it is 8:35 in the morning. You're probably watching this after 7:30 or 10:30 p.m. I get that. There's a large audience on cable, but we also stream live on the internet. Hello to Beth Johnson, watching on Facebook, and Brian Chick and Vince Gator. It tells me who's watching at any given time. We're watching you as well. That's the creepy part. I don't know if you knew that or not. Hey, last night we had bingo here at Hy-Vee, and I just want to say thanks to everybody who came out to play bingo. We had over 80 people, which is astounding if you think about it, because it was beautiful. The weather was great yesterday, and we packed them in to the Hy-Vee Market Grill Express, so took a couple pictures, which I never normally do because it gets so busy, but I tried my best to take a couple pics, and we'll share those with you in just a second. They're on the Hy-Vee Facebook page. And if you came out to bingo last night, just know that I appreciate you making the decision to come and have fun and play bingo. We passed out $180 in Hy-Vee gift cards broken up into $5 and $10 increments over the course of an hour and 11 minutes. So one of the pictures from last night, we've got tables of folks that have not missed a bingo night, and then we've got first-timers. That table in particular had like 13 reservations, which was great. Our friend Dawn Sturms Dodds with CBI Bank and Trust was there, and Rosie Eichelberger, and Ann and Mary. You can kind of see them in that picture. And again, everybody that came out, so much fun. I even like that we had 3 people that RSVP'd to sit at the bar. That was super cool. So thank you. Tonight, speaking of the Market Grill Express, each and every Tuesday you can have any of the burgers on the menu for just $8 with unlimited fries and tater tots. The burgers are hand pattied like this. Patty cake. Give me a burger. $8. Fries are cut by hand. Tater tots are tatered at the Tater Factory. I don't know how you make a tater tot. I'm assuming it's magic. I don't want to know. It's just one of those secrets that I don't want to know. How is a tater tot tatered? I can't handle that right now. I can't handle the truth. I know that the fries are cut by hand from a potato, and that you can have any of those burgers each and every Tuesday for only $8. And if you're trying to low carb it, just get a burger without a bun. Like the first day that I was on the keto diet, June 4th, 2018, for lunch, I called down to the Market Grill Express, and I had a cheeseburger with bacon and a side of steamed broccoli, no bun, and pickles, because I like pickles. The last thing that I want to mention before we get to our first guest is this Saturday, almost dropped my pen, this Saturday's event is Breakfast with Gary Dolphin. The voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes will be here at Hy-Vee Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Hope that you'll RSVP. You can come out, meet and greet with Gary Dolphin, ask him some questions, get your picture taken, say hi if you're a Hawkeye fan. This is right up your alley. Breakfast with Dolph in the house. And thanks to the Merrill Hotel for graciously putting up Dolph for the night before. We look forward to having Gary Dolphin in town, and a great event right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. All right, all that being said, let's get to our first guest. You know, I don't want to talk about a burger night and then go right to Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigeman, but Kara, as you remember, the first day that I was on the keto diet, and we're not going to talk about the keto diet, but it's just a little segue. The first day that I was on the keto diet, I talked to yourself. We talked about it, and then that's what I had for lunch. I didn't have any food prepped for lunch that day, So I had a burger without the bun. And that's just it. I was talking to somebody yesterday in the store. Joan was her name. I was talking to her about the keto diet, and I said, the assumption sometimes is that people are just putting cheese on top of everything and bacon and just making it like the most cholesterol, high-fat stuff. And that's not how I've chosen to do it, because I don't want to lose weight but then have high cholesterol. So that's just it, right? It's like finding the balance to make things work. All right, something that's coming up a week from today, as a matter of fact, and that's what Kara's here to talk about. Free A1C tests going on from 8 a.m. till noon. The Hy-Vee Healthy U Mobile will be here.
We hope. But if it's not here, I'll be inside doing them.
So the Hy-Vee Healthy U Mobile is like a tour bus. You can't miss this thing. It's been at different events over the course of several years. And the A1C test, Kara, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a way to monitor and manage the blood glucose levels. Am I right?
Right.
Am I wrong? This stuff confuses me.
Right.
But you're the expert.
The A1C, it's a quick test. We
Okay.
don't have to fast for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great thing. You can just come in between 8 and noon, like you said. Either look for the Healthy U Mobile outside Hy-Vee, parked out front, or I will be inside the store. And it will give us an average, it will give us a percent, which will be like an average blood sugar level over the past 2 to 3 months. And I can help you look at that percentage and correlates to what you would take as your readings for your blood sugar.
Okay.
And it's a good check-in for those that have diabetes, those that want to keep track of how they're doing in between doctor's visits. Also, a lot of you might be diagnosed as pre-diabetic, and you're walking that fine line between being diagnosed or managing it with diet and exercise, so it gives you a good check-in to see how you're doing.
Okay, so this is the type of test, and I know this because I look at the flyer and we just had it on the screen. It's done, you don't have to zoom in, Cody. It's done with a finger prick.
Correct.
Right? So it's a quick process. You get the finger prick probably into the little vial
it's like
of
a little
blood,
drop.
very thin, small container.
Right.
And then do I know right away?
You'll know right away.
Okay.
So we'll put it in this machine,
Okay.
the Ifinian machine, and it takes about, I would say, 5 minutes for the results to come back.
That's wild.
And then we'll have the data to share and go over. So if you aren't diabetic, but your numbers indicate a problem, then I can help you if you don't have a primary care physician.
Sure.
I can help hook you up with one of the clinics here in Muscatine.
Can you give me and the folks at home watching, because I don't know, and whether I've had this test as part of a battery of physical blood work? I probably did. I don't know. What would the number be that would indicate pre-diabetes? I mean, it must be some type of range. Is that correct?
So a normal A1C would be less than 5.7%.
Okay.
A pre-diabetic range would be 5.7 to 6.4%.
Okay.
And greater than 6.5 or higher would indicate diabetes. But
Gotcha.
I cannot diagnose anybody with this.
Correct.
I'm a RD, not a physician.
Sure.
So depending on how the numbers go out, up or come back, then you would want to follow up with a physician.
So hypothetically, if we just did a scenario where someone comes out next Tuesday, 8 a.m. till noon, they get the free A1C test, and their numbers are in that pre-diabetes range of, again, the 5.7 to the 6.4, what could they do? Because here's the thing that I keep reminding myself, and now, granted, I lost a lot of weight, I put on some weight, I'm getting it back off. My thing is, I don't want something that I can control to be my ultimate demise, that being weight.
Right.
I can control what I put in my mouth. No one's forcing me to eat anything good or bad. It's me as an individual. Am I addicted to sugar? 100% I am addicted to sugar. I eat something with sugar and my brain goes, give me more.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing that happens. This right here has no sugar in it, by the way. It's essentially a high-fat espresso drink. What I'm getting at is, for someone that's going to have this test in this hypothetical situation, and they're in that 5.7 to 6.4 range, they should consider making a change that same day.
Correct.
That would be a week from today, Tuesday the 16th, 8 to noon. You find out that you're in this range, what could they do that day to make changes? Certainly the physical activity, right, but as far as being at a place like Hy-Vee, having the ability to get these results for free, so there's no cost there, then they could immediately start to maybe talk about their diet and adjust things, right?
That's the great part. So if you find out you are pre-diabetic,
Sure.
maybe you didn't know that, or maybe you're managing it and continuing to need a little help. Like Tony said, exercise is a fantastic way, but diet is a key component of it. So ultimately, eating lean protein, lower carb, fruits and vegetables, whole grain. And the nice thing is that I'd be happy to show somebody and talk with them, probably not that day until I'm done or
Sure.
make an appointment, but taking you around the store, introducing you some alternative choices, helping you make some good lifestyle changes in your diet. Because really, when you find out you're pre-diabetic, that's what it's all about. You can manage it so you ultimately can hopefully not ever become diabetic through diet and exercise and making a lifestyle change.
And we're talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're talking, of course, about type 2 diabetes.
Correct.
Which is something that can be caused over time with diet and lack of exercise. Type 1 diabetes is something, is it genetic?
Type 1 diabetes.
Is it not genetic or no?
Yeah, it's an immunological.
Okay.
And your pancreas just quits working
Right.
for whatever reason. They don't really know
Type
why.
2, you have control.
So your pancreas is still working,
Right.
but you're not. It works. It's not
Yeah.
consistently working as
Sure.
in a healthy individual. So it's intermittent, or it's not always efficient. So
And
therefore
you-
you need to manage that with diet.
And check this out, some
Right.
great info from what I have to assume is
Right,
our friends with the Muscatine
yes,
Diabetes
awesome.
Project walk,
Yes.
right? So type 2 diabetes, T2D, is a metabolic disorder in which the body still produces insulin but becomes insulin resistant.
Right.
Now, the best part is, for someone that has been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and maybe begins medicating for it, when they make healthier choices, I mean, you've probably known people that have been able to get off of the medication
Right.
and then are no longer type 2 diabetic.
Well, we always say that they're still type 2 diabetic,
Gotcha.
but they're no longer on medication.
'Kay.
So they are just managing it with diet and lifestyle.
And the type of medicine for type 2 diabetes, is it the same as the injections, or is it more, I feel like, and again, I don't know, I'm not a healthcare professional, but it seems like I've seen a lot of people that are type 2 diabetes, have type 2 diabetes taking things orally.
Right, it's orally.
Okay.
Yeah, often like the type 1 will be on insulin
Correct.
because their body makes no insulin.
Right.
But type 2, obviously if you're not able to manage it with diet and exercise, then it would be an oral medication. One of the first things that typically doctors start somebody on is metformin. That's a pretty common one.
Metformin,
And
okay.
the idea is to help lower your A1C. Because again, your A1C coordinates to the higher that A1C is, that means that you've been running high blood sugars, and ultimately the longer your blood sugars run high, there's just so many complications with diabetes, from vision to cardiac to vascular
Sure.
disease. So it really, you don't necessarily see all the people like, oh, I'm fine, but they don't see what's going on inside their bodies.
And that's where it can be so important to be able to, and we all understand that, healthcare is expensive.
Right.
And I don't even know what the typical cost of an A1C test is. I imagine that, there is a cost there, say if you were to go to your doctor's office or a clinic or whatever.
Right.
So to be able to have this offered for free is fantastic. So
Right.
just keep this in mind that we're talking about a free A1C test a week from today, Tuesday the 16th, from 8 a.m. till noon here at Hy-Vee. Now, the process, Kara, again, they hear about this, they see that it's happening, they show up between that time range. What do they have to do? Is there a form that they fill out
So typically,
next Tuesday?
right. So if we're on the Healthy U-Mobile, there'll be a form, like a screening form that I'll have them fill out the top information
Okay.
on, and then once we get the results, then I'll give them the results. But that's just a quick form to get some information from them,
Sure.
and then to report their statistics or their reading back to them.
I was going to say, if for some reason the Healthy U-Mobile isn't here next week and you're doing this in your office, I'm
Right.
assuming, maybe I'll have this done during the show.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because I don't mind. I mean, I'm not going to subject someone to have, something like this, live streamed or videotaped, but I'm okay with it, just like I did with my flu shot. So we'll talk more about that as we find out, but I would be happy to fill this out just looking at it. And again, we'll either have the Hy-Vee Healthy U Mobile out in front of the store, or it'll be in Kara's office, which is across the store near the Health Market and the club room. So it's a simple form. There's no cost. There's no built-in or hidden costs.
No.
It's a fast process. So from filling out the form to getting the finger prick and to getting my results, am I less than a half hour?
Yeah, we're probably talking 10 minutes maybe.
Wow.
I mean, if you need some more time to chat, but
Sure.
really 10 minutes, because I think the machine takes about 5 minutes.
Sure.
The nice thing is, like you mentioned, insurance can be expensive, and insurance will maybe cover one or so many or two maybe, but
Right.
maybe somebody would like to have it more frequently, because ultimately every 3 months, that's something you can check in and get done.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, so that's good. So you answered one of my questions. So every 3 months, you can have the A1C test. So here's where I was getting at. So say again the hypothetical scenario, and I'm not trying to make it all a bad scenario, but if someone had, and it could be me, right? If I have my finger pricked on Monday and I find myself in that pre-diabetes range of 5.7 to 6.4, I could continue to make some changes, then get rechecked in 3 months, and hopefully find myself under that 5.7. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So you could, and I can't sit here and say that for folks that are going to find themselves in that range, that they would be able to make changes that would result in being, out of that pre-diabetic range in 3 months. But it's better than just not knowing or not trying or making any change, right? I mean, that's just it, right? Again, I use my own example as June 4th. I didn't know what I weighed, and then I got on the scale, and it was just devastating. I didn't know. I was the guy. I mean, I told you, know this. I've shared this story. I'd go to my doctor's office, and I would tell the nurses, if you make me get on the scale, I'm leaving. Or you can weigh me, but if you tell me, I'm leaving. Because I knew that I was overweight. I didn't know how bad it had gotten. I weigh myself every single day now to hold myself accountable. I have to do it, right? That's just how I am. And I know that doesn't work for everybody. But when I talk about my story, I mean, that's just it. Like, I had no idea. I was, I knew that it had gotten bad, but oh my gosh. So that's in the same vein as not knowing where you're at with something like the A1C levels, right? God forbid you find yourself in that 6.5 range. I mean, it's a reality that a lot of people deal with, and I understand that. I'm just saying, like, if we have the power to make change via diet and exercise, don't we owe it to ourselves? Don't we owe it to our families to be as healthy as we can be? And I also understand that that's not as easy, not as easy for a lot of folks, but there are certain things that you can do. Right. And that's where Kara is just like this ace in the hole here, because it's really, most times, a couple of things that you're adjusting in the diet. You're not totally saying, I need you to go plant-based, I need you to go vegan, I need you to give up, X, Y, and Z. But you can really kind of have somebody talk about where they're at with a diet, and then kind of take away or replace a couple of things.
Make some gradual changes.
But that's it, right? I take the approach, I got to rip the Band-Aid off, right? When I quit smoking, it was cold turkey. When I started this diet, it was cold turkey. I love cold turkey, by the way. You know what I haven't missed, though, Kara? I haven't missed bread. I haven't missed milk. I haven't had milk since June, right? I haven't had really any bread. A couple sandwiches occasionally.
I'll have to talk to you about taking your calcium, right?
Right. Wait, my calcium. Okay. I take a lot of good supplements. You know this.
Good yogurt.
Yeah.
Too,
plus, that Too Good yogurt is amazing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this place is very, as much as it is just a grocery store, we have a resource like a registered dietitian that can help people. And you helped Joan yesterday, who was talking about keto, and then I got involved and shared my story, and that's what's just so great about having that you as a resource in the store. And I just hope that people appreciate that, because it can be tough when you walk into a place like this with the list.
Right.
And if you're on your list, you know where everything is, and you might not know where some healthy alternatives find themselves.
But also the nice thing too, it's like, you can think of, food is a way to nourish your body, but also help me make changes. And instead of popping a pill or getting to that point, maybe it's just you manage to using food to nourish yourself and not be on that medication.
Well, what is the saying? It's eat to live, don't live to eat, right? Yeah. And I'm not perfect, by no means have I been, uber strict or not had any, had any cheat days. I've had them.
It's
But I
all
also
about,
understand
the balance and
exactly
then
the
just
yin
coming
and the
back on
yang.
it.
Right,
Yeah.
coming back and knowing that I can still do it, even
Right.
if I felt like I've had days where I've got on the scale and I've gone, you know what? Maybe this is it. Maybe I'm not going to lose any more weight. But then I just look around me and I go, no, I've got motivation. And also I ate and drank whatever I wanted for 34 years. That's a long time, right? If I stayed on a healthy path for another 34 years, that would be one thing. I've only been at this less than a year. So this all starts with a simple prick of your finger, and just knowing where you're at, right? It's like when a light comes on in your car, you address it right away, right?
Right.
I got a light on in my car right now, says I need windshield wiper fluid. I can get by without windshield wiper fluid, but I need to know where I'm at personally with the A1C. And the fact that you're doing this, again, a free screening next Tuesday, 8 till noon. Whether we can do it while the show's going on or not, I'll probably get it done. I was talking to one of our coworkers, Phil Schlesman. He said that he had it done, and it was just great because he knew where he was at. He came in, under the 5.7, but he just felt good knowing that. Right?
And that's the thing too. Or maybe you've been to your doctor and you're in that pre-diabetic
Sure.
range
Sure.
or whatever, and you want to see you have made some diet changes and adjustments. So maybe you want to check in to see how have those been going.
Yeah.
Have they been working for you, or do you make some more or different?
Some more or different changes, right? Because again, this isn't something that we can just paint with broad brushstrokes with respects to what works for everybody. There is no diet that works for Kara that will work for myself, that'll work for Ryan or Betsy or Cody, who are behind the scenes right here. I mean, it's just true, right? We're all different.
Right.
Our bodies or our engines all run
And
differently.
I mean, we all need protein, carbs, and fats. But
Sure.
as far as living our lifestyle and making it work for us and how that looks for us might be different.
Sure.
So.
And then again, a month like February was terrible. You know what I mean? I mean, there were days when you couldn't even go outside. It was
Right.
50 below zero, and there are just mountains of snow, and it's so much easier to just crack open a bag of cookies.
That's when you hunker down.
All right,
Now that
right,
spring's
all
here,
right.
we got to get out.
I got to get my dad beach bod back, everybody. And I love, again, that we have such a great resource with our friends, the Muscatine Diabetes
that's
Walk.
awesome.
So
Right.
this is great info. And their event, by the way, is coming up. Ryan, if you go to their Facebook page, our friend Kim Seligman would love if we mentioned that, of course, Friday, May 3rd
Right.
is
Awesome
the
time.
annual walk. It's so great. So in addition to the walk coming up, they have a support group. And the support group is meeting.
Actually,
Tonight,
from
right?
6 to 7 p.m.
Yeah.
in the Hy-Vee Club Room.
So
Yep.
so check this out, and Cody can zoom in because you got the fancy camera.
Tonight, I believe that we're going to have Nancy from the Hy-Vee Main Street Hy-Vee Health Store.
Sure.
I believe talking about shoes for diabetics.
Okay.
Foot care is very important
Yep.
for diabetics, and she's a great resource. I
Yeah.
mean, she has some awesome shoes. She brings them out, lets you see them. She's a great resource as far as how the insurance can help pay for those diabetic shoes. So, I mean, she has a lot of answers to a lot of those questions that I don't, but she's a great resource.
Second Tuesday of every month, 6 to 7, in the club room here at Hy-Vee. Wonderful resource. There
Awesome.
are a lot of people that are managing and living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. And then the walk is a celebration. It is a fundraiser. It is an opportunity to make a difference in our community, and to
Right.
know that funds raised at the walk will stay local and help. I mean, it's just the fact that Kim has, continued this and grown it. It's just great. More information on the screen. Kara, you've been a part of this
Yeah,
for
it's
years
a lot
now,
of fun.
right?
I mean, it's such a good time.
Yeah, it really is.
It's usually a great turnout,
Yeah.
and it's a time, like you said, to celebrate, raise funds. The funds stay in the community and
Yeah,
help
it's a
send
big deal.
kids with diabetes to summer camp
Yep.
or get supplies or just different programming. Like we just finished a couple of weeks ago, we did the Diabetes Buster program for all the third graders
Right.
in the Muscatine School District, and the kids have a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun to teach them. It's
I was going to
an
say,
awesome time.
yeah.
To just teach them about diabetes and healthy living and healthy diet and exercise. So
It's got to start early, right? And these conversations have to happen. And again, I say on this show, sometimes we have conversations that might make people uncomfortable. But when it comes to our health care,
right,
whoa! I mean, whether it's a conversation that's tough or not initially, it's worth having.
Right.
And if you can get answers over the course of a 10 or 15-minute period with a simple prick of your finger, we hope that you do so. So I would love if we could put Ryan, the flyer, on the screen one more time, and we'll get Kara out of here because I know she's busy. You have the who or the what now? You have a picture? Or video? He's got something he's saying.
All right.
But this is where it's at right here. A1C screenings, the test next Tuesday, 8 till noon. Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament will take care of you. Prick of the finger. Find out where you're at. Again, the levels you want, hopefully, are less than 5.7. Pre-diabetes would be 5.7 to 6.4. And you can find this all out with a simple prick of the finger, free, 8 to noon. And then use Kara as a great resource in the store so that she can show you how to make healthier choices.
Right. There's nothing I like better than having people come to me
It's
and
true.
let me show them around and just help them, educate
Yeah.
them. And
You do a great
find the
job.
groceries, and anytime they're in here, just if you have questions, that's my most favorite part of the job is interacting with the customers.
And you do a good job at it, too. There's the info on the screen. Kara Zigament, Hy-Vee dietitian, thank you for being here. Let's keep it right there, and we'll get Kara out of here, and then we'll get to the cart cam. But I just want to leave that on the screen, Betsy, because it's important to be able to help people and have them understand just how great of a resource this is. Please check that out next Tuesday. So, yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss it. Just responding to a text really quick. We're doing the show, but it's okay. Hold on one second. So please go see Kara next Tuesday, 8 to noon. Find out where you're at, right? I will find out. And if we're doing the tests, the screenings in the store, I'll get mine done during the show because she's starting at 8 a.m. This show, again, is live at 8:30, and I'll get it done if I'm able to while the show is going on. All right, let's get Cody to the cart cam if we could. I wanted to mention this, ladies and gentlemen, when you think about warm weather, whether or not it sticks around, we know that it's going to stay warm sooner than later. Yesterday, by far the nicest day of 2019 with highs in Muscatine eclipsing 77 degrees. We just haven't seen that. I mean, keep in mind, just a few short months ago, it was 50 below zero. I don't know if you remember that. So even if it goes from 77 to 53, there's going to be like a blizzard up north. We shouldn't really deal with that. What I want y'all to know is that at this point you've been outside, you've been getting ready, and if you need a grill, we've got grills, and that's exactly where Cody is going with the Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. Cody, okay, now right behind that Weber, there's a Traeger. So it's right in front of you, to your left. Stop right there. Now turn to your left. It's got like that silver, so right behind that round one, it's got like that silver door. You can kind of see it. It says Traeger on it, I think. So stay right there. Back up a hair. I'm so glad that Cody can hear. So that one right there. So there's that one with the top off. It's right behind there. That Traeger grill, okay? I want you all to understand this. Anywhere else, and I Googled this, that grill, Traeger, one of the top-of-the-line grills, $650 or more. You could buy it from Hy-Vee for $5.99. So again, you might not think of Hy-Vee as a place where you can get a grill, but not only can you get a grill, is Jim's mic turned on, Betsy? Jim Simmons is with us. Not only can you buy a grill, he's mic'd for sound good. Jim, folks at home need to know that we can save them money on these grills.
I will save you
right?
money. Any of these grills that we have and any of our patio furniture that we're going to have out here soon, if you find it cheaper, I'll beat it.
It's unbelievable.
You find it, we'll beat it.
Isn't that
you bring in the
right?
price, we're going to beat it. So
right, we're going to beat the price.
I want you to come in and buy them from us. We have two different prices on them. We have a assembled price, and then we have a cheaper price. Because if we don't have to assemble it, it's cheaper. And we have a lot of it. So I'm just trying to make a good deal out of this. And I'm not... I really, that's what it boils down to.
No, it's awesome.
I just want to sell this stuff. I mean, we got a lot of it, and let's be honest, it's normally not my thing.
Sure.
Right? Grills and patio furniture. But right now we have it, so we need to sell it. So I really need I need people to know that we will beat any price. Just come by, let us take care of it.
And those Traeger grills, you know, I've had the same grill 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to move soon. You know, I could easily buy a new grill when we move, and I'd have to promise my wife that I would use it more.
Yeah.
Because I got the old grill. mean, that's how that works, right? And there's a picture of one of those Traegers. Those things are super cool. I think they're like pellet. They use like wood pellets.
Yeah, we sell those too.
You can smoke them up. I mean, it's awesome to have that quality product here in the store.
Yeah, I think you can do both. You can
smoke it.
Yeah, and, it's
awesome.
You want to do it.
So that's an important thing to know. Just keep that in mind. Garden Center is going to be opening very soon. But also, if you need mulch or dirt, I have bought 20 bags of mulch and like 8 bags of dirt so far. If you need anything, we will get it for you. We had a guy, Brent Coolers was telling me he delivered 65 bags of mulch.
Yeah.
He said he loaded the Hy-Vee van and it was like, whoop.
Yeah, that's a lot of
lot of mulch, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're willing to do it if you need that much mulch at a very reasonable price, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So keep that in mind as well. Like, I can't tell you exactly how much the price was per bag, but I was surprised at the total. I was like, wow, I should have been doing this more often.
Yeah, and yesterday Brent brought up some dirt and mulch and put it up next to where we have our softer salt.
Perfect.
So now you can just come in and get it until we get opened up outside.
It's fantastic. I want to back up to just briefly Saturday night, because you were at the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter New Beginnings fundraiser at Geneva. By all accounts, I said this yesterday, record-setting night, which is great. All that money helps keep the shelter open. So Hy-Vee donated something pretty cool. So we had, in previous years, donated a at-home dinner with Chef Tess. This year, we are using Chef Brian Scott, who works in the bakery full-time here, but he's also like a world-class trained chef. Also was in the military, which is super cool, and has studied and ran restaurants across the country, right? He was running a restaurant in Oregon, moved back home to help out his mom, and in addition to working here at Hy-Vee, he is Chef DeBeat's right hand at DeBeat's Bistro. Right. So we, in the live auction, had a dinner for 8. Long story short, we put in an additional dinner for 8, and that raised a total of $1,600.
Yeah, is that cool?
That is so awesome to have stuff like that go in an auction. And by the way, anytime you can have a professional chef come to your house, while supporting a good cause.
He was actually trained overseas.
Right.
I mean, he's top notch.
Legit.
He is legit, and he's a great kid too. I love him. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yep.
He's a little quiet, but I'm trying to get him out of that a little bit. But it's all good. I love him. He's just awesome.
So then, as this is happening, I think I jokingly said, Jim and I'll show up to your house and cook some corn dogs for $5, and all of us people in the crowd just started piping up. And then Jim was trying to get my attention. I didn't realize that. Long story short, the live auction had ended. Jim comes up and says, we should do that.
Yeah.
So I get back on the microphone and auction off the Jim and Tony backyard barbecue party. Yep. And this is all true. Helen Howe had the winning bid of $425, and Jim and I are going to be grilling on the roof of the old hotel in downtown Muscatine for 10 people. Yeah. So thank you to the great Helen Howe. She kept raising her hand bidding, and I knew that it was Helen, and I thought, like, all right. And then here's the best part is that, so Helen was kind of sitting at a table a couple of tables back from where the podium was at Geneva, and Melissa and Sean Schrader were bidding it up as well.
Yeah.
And somebody told them you might want to step back, and they realized that Helen was bidding, and Sean just kind of was like, all right, I'm good. Sean, of course, runs Bayer, formerly Monsanto. He's been on the show. Great guy.
Great guy.
So then I went to talk to Helen afterwards, and I'd maybe interacted with her once before, and she's so funny. She said, Tony, it's got to be before the end of June because I'm going to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I only want 10 people. And we'll do it on the rooftop, and Tom and Ann Meeker will be there. And I'm like, this is great, Helen. I mean, I don't know if we can cheat and bring somebody to grill for us, or if you think you got the chops.
Oh, I got the
grilling
good part, no problem.
Because I'm not a good griller.
We got to figure it all out. Do they have a grill on the rooftop? Is that where we're grilling? Are we grilling down by the road? I need to bring a grill. We'll get it all figured out.
No, we'll figure it out.
It'll be fun, though.
But so for that night, and it's just great, to work for a place like Hy-Vee, we were able to contribute $2,025 from 3 items, 2 of which we knew were going to happen, and then something that was just a silly thought.
Random.
But we're happy to do it. So that's great. So thank you to Helen for her support. That was just fantastic.
Helen wants corn dogs, which I hope she doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
That will be a challenge to do those right.
We'll find a deep fryer, or maybe, I don't know if you can air fry a corn dog.
Sure we can.
That would be so great.
Many at once, so we're going to have to figure this out. It'll be fun. It'll be a great time.
Speaking of grilling, I started at the show mentioning this. It's Tuesday. We've got burgers, the Burger Night deal every Tuesday,
Yes.
Market Grill Express. It's not just like your basic burger. It's any of these burgers on the menu, including like the mac and cheese or the Rise and Shine with the kind of breakfasty burger. Jim, they're all $8.
Yes.
This is a great deal, and we know, and it's probably happened already this morning. They're pattying the burgers by hand. This is not a
Always
burger
have.
that is like in a container in a plastic bag that's pre-pattied. This is somebody with gloves on doing this move, weighing it, a little special seasoning.
Yep.
It's the best
Exactly.
burger in Muscatine.
I'll put it up against anybody's burger.
Right.
They're awesome. For $8,
Yeah.
oh my.
Yeah.
This is a great deal. And even if you just want a plain cheeseburger, fine. If you want the mac and cheeseburger, fine. I mean, that thing is amazing.
Yep.
I mean, we're
That's a
just doing
fork
it.
and knife burger.
It is.
No way around it.
It
like
is
it just
crazy
is.
good.
And it's the best mac and cheese.
It is.
I mean, no offense to the mac and cheese in a box.
Yeah.
This stuff is like the stick to your ribs, grandma's kind of mac and
Yes.
cheese.
Yes.
And then you're fork and knifing it, and you're like, oh yeah, there's a burger underneath this.
Yeah.
It's an interesting combination that totally works, and it's $8.
Yeah, it's good.
And then the fries, like it's not just these, it's not just fries from a giant bag.
Nope,
Like they're
hand cut.
cutting the potato. So, and as a person that hasn't admittedly had a lot of fries, that's the kind of fry that I would have on a cheat day.
Yeah.
Because they're the best.
They are the best. They're hand
Right.
fried. They're amazing.
There's
You
like
do 'em
no
right there.
preservatives. I mean, it's just
None.
potato meat cutter. That's it. I mean, that's like
that's
that,
simple.
right?
That's simple.
It's up to you if you're gonna dip them in ketchup or whatever. Maybe a little bit of salt. I don't know. Whatever you
Yeah.
fancy. Maybe an aioli. I don't know. Whatever you want to dip. Kraft keeps making these ketchup
Oh.
and combinations.
Yeah,
right.
they got so many different things. It's awesome.
I think it's super cool. So that's a great deal every Tuesday. And again, if you think about it, like if you had a bunch of different menus for other places in Muscatine, show me a place that's got a burger and all you can eat fries or tater tots for $8 or less.
Yeah.
I don't think it exists.
No.
I mean, and I don't want to I don't want to name names, but there's even some places with a drive-through where you're saying a number whatever, and it's easily over $9-10 anymore.
Yeah.
So
and it isn't the hamburger we have.
it is not a hand
It's not
patted.
even close
I mean,
to
hand
what we
patted.
have.
Like I know that a Hy-Vee Market Grill Express burger is hand patted when it doesn't look like a perfect circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know, and somehow I don't know. They're big. They don't cook down. That's the other thing. Like some places, you get this burger and it's like, well, that's a hockey puck. What happened?
Yeah.
Well, it started out big and then it cooked out. These things they hold their form
Yeah.
and.
They have a great
Holy
seasoning
moly.
to them.
Yes, they do.
Yes, and that's a secret seasoning.
I know
Not
what that
sauce,
secret is.
seasoning.
I know.
Right?
I've known that secret seasoning for a long time, and
Yeah.
I haven't
Makes a
accidentally said it out loud yet. It's love. It's love.
love.
That's
Yes,
what it
I
is.
love
So
it.
don't miss that tonight, Tuesday nights.
Yes.
Please come and see us, whether it's this week or next week. Put it on your calendar. There's two more things I want to mention.
Yep.
We're still in the pre-Easter mode. Easter week next week. A lot of people participating in Lent, adding more seafood into their diet.
Right.
We have, the seafood case here is set every single day. It's done right now. Captain John put together a flyer with some fantastic deals on
Yes.
it. It looks really good. And these flyers, you just walk into the store and it's just kind of like the moth to the flame. I watch people they go right to them
Right, yep.
because they know that it's going to be not only a good deal, but just great items, right? And here it is on the screen. So
The beautiful part about this is you look what he has on here. This is all grilling stuff for the most part.
Right.
I mean, it'd probably be pretty hard to do the catfish nuggets on the grill, but the rest of that,
Yeah.
that goes right on the grill.
Absolutely.
This isn't just a Friday thing. This is any night of the week thing.
how
And
good would Jamaican seasoned shrimp skewers be?
They're amazing.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
Those you want to be really, really careful with.
Sure.
Just get them warm.
Yeah.
This is not leave them on the grill long; they'll get tough on you. Just get them. Just don't overdo it.
Well, and that's the same
all
thing
I
with
can
like the
say.
tuna steaks.
Yep.
I've heard people describe it as you just kind of kiss them on the grill,
You do.
and it's one side, and they're done.
Yes.
So that's the best part about seafood. Like it's healthy and it's not a long time consuming thing to cook and to
No.
prepare.
And
right.
that stuff is amazing stuff on the
Yeah.
grill. It really is.
Right.
You gotta don't be thinking just Friday on this. Think
Yeah.
about what are we gonna do? Sunday night. What are
Sure.
we gonna do Wednesday night? Split it up. But I'm telling you, that salmon on the grill. My daughter does that almost 3 times a week.
And she probably
She's
just
so
does like a
into it.
little bit of like aluminum foil, so you don't have to worry
Yep.
about the stick.
Yep.
Right now, you can
Super
spray
easy.
down the grill, sure, but if you just do a little bit I mean, a little aluminum foil. I mean, save yourself the trouble, right?
Yeah, it's great stuff.
And it's super easy to do. And in addition to that, they're great deals. And then the fuel saver.
Yep.
Fuel saver is your best friend because until the price of gas starts to come down,
That's not
I don't know what to tell you.
positive.
Like, I mean, unless you've got like a free gas account somewhere, we can't control that.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Okay.
but we can control buying things with a fuel saver on them.
Yes.
And I love when people get fired up and they tell me, you know, the other day I had a friend of mine say he paid like, I don't know, it was like 14 cents per gallon of gas. It's
Yep.
just fantastic. These fuel saver deals will expire at the end of today and then we'll have new ones ready tomorrow. But again, you know, you grab these flyers and if you bought everything on the flyers, you know, you're saving. And then if you played it right this week, by the way, spoiler alert, Friday, Saturday, with every $50 you spend, you're going to get 25 cents off.
Right.
So I love when I'm bagging groceries for our fantastic customers, and I hear the cashier say, "You saved $1.60 today on your fuel saver."
Yeah.
Because
If you
I can
grab
do
the
that,
flyer,
man.
You grab the flyer on Friday and Saturday when we're doing this.
Yep.
You grab the flyer, buy those things, shop the store. I mean, one thing I've tried super hard is get more of them in the aisles. I mean, I can look across here and see. I see 5, 6, I see 10 of them just looking out through here. Whether it's on Hy-Vee drink mix, whether it's on Mike's stuff, whether it's on buns, whatever it is, and I'm telling you, we got a lot of those. And then on top of the, you know, the Friday Saturday event. I mean, there's no reason not to walk out here with $2 and $3 on your card. I mean, it's just that
Fantastic.
simple.
It's
And-
really great.
And it's on great prices too. I mean, I look at the drink mix there. I got a nickel on it, but I'm $1.99. Nobody else in town even sells it for that price.
It's awesome.
You know?
Cody, can
And
you grab
it's
us
just-
one of those?
it's good
That
stuff.
Hy-Vee Simply Light right there. It's right here. And this is a good segue as well. So we talk about products like this. Here comes Cody. This stuff, Jim. Yeah, go ahead. I can catch that.
Yeah.
So something like
As
this.
it goes in your cup.
That would be a happy accident. Something like this, you know, you see this, it's a green tea raspberry. It's got less than a carb, no sugar from what I can see on the back here.
Right. It's all
And
sugar-free.
people need to know, like, that, you know, you could put this up against a name brand product,
Yes.
but you're going to pay more.
Yep.
So just talk a little bit, because you've been doing this a little bit longer than I have, but that Hy-Vee brand and the savings that are there, it's a real thing, but you're not sacrificing any quality.
No, absolutely not. And you know, we just held up the green tea. There's 4 flavors there. I got lemonade, grape, you know, strawberry. I think's the other one. So there's a lot of things to choose from. But Hy-Vee brand is fantastic. I mean, really, I encourage everybody to use it.
Yeah.
It's going to save you money, and I stand behind it 100%. If you don't like it, money
Sure.
back.
Sure.
No problems. I mean, I've never turned anybody away on that. My guarantee is that you got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
I go try it, didn't like it, money back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that good. I love the stuff. I mean, that's all me and my wife ever buy. There's a couple things
Sure.
that I have preferences on, and maybe it's just because I'm a freak that way, but there's only and I sell a lot of Hy-Vee ketchup, and I'm glad
Yeah.
I do, but I'm a Heinz guy, right? That's just me, you
Yeah.
know, and so it is what it is.
Sure.
But for the most part, I mean, but I've had Hy-Vee ketchup, and it's fantastic.
Sure.
But you know, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of weird.
Well,
that
it's
way.
just nice to know that, you know, again, there are some places where you are sacrificing quality when you go off-brand for a private label, but the Hy-Vee, so Hy-Vee is just super self-aware,
Yeah.
and they know that if they're going to have things matching up, essentially, if you're going to go right next to, you know, a name brand drink mix, you better have it be
good.
just as good, if not better. And that's the thing that I think will surprise a lot of people is you might find that like a Hy-Vee branded product you like better, and I know that that's the real deal. I have a customer that I see in here a lot that would tell you straight to your face that Hy-Vee peanut butter is the best peanut butter they've ever had.
Yeah.
And that's great. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many examples of this all throughout the store, and
Yep.
you just sometimes you have to look for it, right? And then you understand, like, okay, so I'm not sacrificing anything. I'm going to give it a try, and then it becomes something that's permanently on your list, whether you're shopping in store or online. It's really easy to find these products.
Yeah. It's just one of those things you have to. It's a mindset. I want to try Hy-Vee.
Sure.
You know, I'm going to try that Smart.
Yep.
Or I'm going to try. I have other brands that you don't even know are Hy-Vee brands, or just our brands,
Sure.
right? Churn ice creams, for example.
That's
That's Hy-Vee
good stuff,
exclusive,
right.
And it's every bit as good as the major label. It's great
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to look at those. Till the cows come home. That's another one. We compete against the little small ice cream, and fantastic stuff.
That's
and
really
you save
good.
a buck a throw, and that's a lot of money. So I encourage you, private label is the way to go. I see it, I read a lot, and we do a lot of different research on private brands, and that's the number one growth category because everybody's buying it.
Sure.
If you're not, you're probably the one that's kind of old school, maybe.
Sure.
Because all the millennials and that's what they want is private label, and I love our store because if you go walk through it, we have a lot to offer that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are. It's funny when you say that you have certain things that you will not buy. The Hy-Vee brand version of. I found over the years that like a vanilla wafer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think you can totally go off name brand.
Yeah.
And you end up saving sometimes $1 or $2 and just as good, right?
Yeah.
And I know that that's like a silly, simple example, but that's what I'm saying. Like Hy-Vee cereal, another one.
Yeah.
Like
Hy-Vee cereal's
I mean,
good.
you don't even notice the difference except for in your wallet or your purse.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Right? If you're going Hy-Vee cereal versus name brand. And again, there's nothing wrong with name brand stuff. Of course, we love it. It's
Absolutely.
here. And the variety at Hy-Vee, you can't second to none. I mean, that's why we have so much stuff. But,
And the beautiful part is we do have a major label brand if you want it.
Right, correct. It is
Trust me,
there.
I'm not one-dimensional here.
Right.
We got
Exactly.
it all. I mean,
Right.
that's smart. That's our low tier.
Sure.
Price-wise.
Right.
Then you got Hy-Vee, and then you got major label,
Yep.
and our best variety in town.
Mhm.
And you do everything we can to make sure it's there.
It
for
is.
you to shop
Yep.
every week. So I'm super proud of what we have to offer, and I love
Mm-hmm.
having the private brands. I really do. And I didn't mean anything about Hy-Vee ketchup. Trust me, it is great ketchup. I'm just.
Well, it's
Heinz
tough
guy.
when there's a
Always have
Heinz.
it,
It's tough when they're making ketchup in town.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
it
It's awesome
is
to see
so
that.
good.
It is good. I had somebody bagging groceries the other day, and they had Hunt's ketchup, and I didn't even know that was still a thing anymore. No offense to the Hunt's
Yeah.
company, I just didn't know
It's not.
because it's just all I see is Heinz
Yeah.
or Hy-Vee. That's it when it comes to ketchup. And as far as I'm concerned, like. I don't know why there needs to be so much variety of ketchup. I mean, what's maybe
yeah.
like maybe you got the kind with low sugar or low salt, and then you got regular ketchup. Like it's
You're
like
talking to a guy that grew up on every kind of ketchup made because whatever was cheap, that's what mom bought. It
Right,
was not
right.
about a certain thing. And then, so it's not like I haven't had them all.
Yeah,
because I have.
you've
It's
tried them all.
Yeah, and most of them are all really good too. But
Look
I
at
don't
that.
know.
That's too much ketchup. Come on.
Yeah, look at all that.
Right? I will say that I don't miss the glass bottles and having to do that move. So there were so many different techniques with the Heinz 57 glass bottle. You got to turn it on an angle and tap the 57 3 times, or you got to get a knife. My favorite was the knife. Like you're putting the butter knife into the bottle, and then undoubtedly what would happen is you would pop that air socket, and then the ketchup would just come running all over the place. And then you feel bad because now you're the guy that used half a bottle of glass ketchup.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
There's no proper. I mean, if you watch the show and you have the best technique to get ketchup out of a glass bottle, let me know. I would love to try it on the show because I
Take
could
the
not.
bottle. This is no joke.
Okay.
You can do it with A1, 57.
Uh-huh.
Well, A1 comes out, but 57. You take it and you just tap the lid on your finger.
Okay.
And it just starts coming out.
Do we have ketchup in a glass bottle in the
No.
store? Okay. I would love to test that
You know what? We might
theory.
have a little one. I don't know if they make it anymore.
Okay. Is this a video of someone doing the different techniques?
Do not hit it on the
jeez.
bottom. That's all I can
Do
tell you.
not
Don't-
hit it on the
You're not
bottom.
doing this because you're gonna
But
have a
that's the
mess.
move. I'm telling you, it's like the great toilet paper debate over or under this ketchup thing. It's on the side, it's on the bottom. It's apparently the secret tap on the top. I don't know. I would. What's our ketchup in? What aisle is it in? 4 or
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Cody, do me a favor. I know we don't have the car cam, but just take a stroll down aisle 4. See if you see any glass bottles of ketchup, please, because I got to figure this out. Because it was a whole thing. And while we do that, Ryan, let's look at the wine and spirits ad quickly. The pre-Cinco de Mayo stock up. We know that Cinco de Mayo is coming up soon. Easter's coming in quick. Kayleen had some great deals, and she's passing along the savings. It's always nice to be able to do that, right?
Yep.
People that have, whether they've got the bar at home or if you're just going to be going somewhere for Easter, you want to try something, you just want to stock up for that Cinco de Mayo party.
Yep.
There's so many different opportunities for you to take advantage of these deals. I think of things like Jose Cuervo Gold and Silver at $14.99.
Dude,
It's an awesome
these are
price.
great prices. I mean, Kayleen's done a great job going out and finding it, and I can't say enough about Kayleen and her department. I think she's fantastic. I think we're doing all the right things, and there's a lot of people. 30 packs and 24 packs are always our number one, and I just want you to know we're going to be the right price on those always.
Sure.
And you never have to worry about that. Oh yeah, throw that.
Cody almost throwing a glass bottle of ketchup just to see if I'm paying attention.
Yeah,
but look at these great deals.
So many great deals. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right, I want to come back to this in a second. Let's go back to the wine and spirits ad. That Crown Royal Blenders mash at $11.99. That is going to be one of those while supplies last. That is $1 cheaper than anywhere else in town. I've sampled it off the clock. Sometimes I punch out and they've got samples in wine and spirits, and I have to do it for the sake of research. It's wonderful.
Is it?
Now, it's one of those things that's not going to be around forever. Kettle One Vodka at $19.99. That's a high-end, good vodka, distilled multiple times. You know, I know that there's people that would tell me there's really no difference in vodkas. There 100% is.
Oh, yes.
They're either smooth or they're not smooth.
Yes.
And then, Ryan, if you go back up to the top. Wait, by the way, that Hendrick's gin, Delmer would tell you that that's the best gin in the world, and I would back him up after having since tried it.
Really?
That's a great price. That stuff is incredible. Cody, go up to, or Ryan, sorry, go up to the top really quick. The Jose Cuervo Margarita Mix. So that's everything in the bottle, right? You're just going a glass with ice, sugar or salt on the rim, or you're blending it up, and it's all set and ready to go. That's for the people that are like, I want to have a good time, but I don't want to mix anything. It's mixed for you.
Yeah. You can pour that over the rocks, too, if you don't want to blend it.
I go back and forth with margaritas. I like them blended, but on the rocks sometimes is just as refreshing, you know?
If it's a strawberry, it's blended.
Okay.
If it's a regular one, it's on ice. That's how I've always
So if it's a lime one, you're going on ice,
yeah.
salt on the glass. But then if it's strawberry, you're going blended sugar on the glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, apparently this looks like a vintage bottle of ketchup, and it says on the label, as you can see, and Cody's going to zoom in, vintage recipe. Now, I don't want to assume what the recipe was back in 1896, but I bet it's just tomatoes, right? I mean, what could be so big? But this is great to see that we've got this, minus how bad my cuticles look because I bite my fingernails, made from red, ripe tomatoes, vinegar, salt, sugar, onion, garlic, and spices. So, Jim Simmons, if you would, without opening it, of course, the technique is what? There's no way that works.
Yep, it does work.
There is no. This is what he did right here.
That's all I have to do, and it's after a couple.
How does it not?
Right out.
I feel like if I'm doing this, the ketchup. I mean, are you pointing down?
I'm just nice. Yep, just like that.
Okay.
And you can on any bottle that's like that.
See now, here's
it's just thick.
The thing that people would always tell me is you hit it on the 57, right? So you've got the little 57 in the glass, and you're hitting it there.
The same technique.
And then
think about it.
But you're saying don't do this.
Do that. No.
That's what Ryan does.
That's what Ryan does.
Doesn't that make a lot of sense, knowing that that's how Ryan gets his ketchup out?
I'm not saying it won't work.
Well,
I'm just saying there's going to be that opportunity that'll be all over the person you're eating with.
And don't also, my cousins would swear by the knife, the butter knife, into the bottle.
I don't do that.
This is good to know that we have this, though. I didn't know that this was something that we had. And it says on the back, 1896, Henry John Heinz created a richer, more savory version of his iconic ketchup, recorded it in his personal recipe book. This follows that recipe. I bet this would be a great one to try.
I bet it would be good.
Wow, that's super cool.
We should compare and see what difference is between that and the regular.
We could have a ketchup taste test on the show.
I'm telling you.
I bet there's willing participants right here that would not be afraid to try that. Get a bottle of Hy-Vee ketchup, Heinz, Hunt's, and maybe just for the sake of it, the glass original vintage recipe. That's super cool.
Works.
All right, Jim Simmons, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. A lot going on here at the store. Come out and see us and take advantage of so many great deals. Fuel Savers, of course, only place in town. You don't have to pay full price at the pump. And glass ketchup in a bottle. The technique, again, apparently, is this right here, friends. That's all you've got to do.
Brother.
That's all you got to do. All right, let's go CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. I got a couple of things we'll mention that we'll wrap up. Right in the bakery. You know what's so good about that shot right there is just the donut holes. You can kind of see them in the background. Those are not your average donut holes. I mean, at what point are we just not calling them donut hunks? Because that's what they are. That is not a hole of a donut. That is a hunk of a donut. Cody, if you're going to grab donut holes, oh, you're not? Okay, good. I was going to say, could you, if you don't mind, it looks like it's red velvet donut holes back there in the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Could you grab that pack? I just want people to see this. I want to show it to them. These are not just donut holes. These are hunks of donut. I mean, again, these are not. Look at the size. Thank you. Jeez, it's heavy. Come on with this. So these are, by all accounts, a red velvet donut hole. This is $5. There's 50 donut holes in here. This is heavy. By the way, why am I 35 and still getting pimples? And why don't we have like a foundation I can cover that up with? It's very distracting. I apologize. I'm 35. I need help. This is a 50 count. Look at the size of these things. They're massive. For $5, I can't even do the math on that. 5 divided by 50, 50 divided by 5. What's your cost per donut hole? Betsy's she just wants them in her life. And I think there's packs that are smaller than this. If you find yourself like maybe you don't need 50 donut holes, but you could share with a friend, and that friend being me, myself, and I. Yeah, get a gallon of milk or unsweetened almond milk and have a party. This is heavy, I'm telling you. Quote the great Marty McFly. That's heavy, Doc. All right, burger night tonight, $8, any burger, each and every Tuesday, unlimited fries or tater tots. Market Grill Express, they'll take care of you. They would love to see you. We'll just rapid fire these. We kind of mentioned them already, but we'll do this. So see us every Tuesday. Come in and grab Captain John's Seafood flyer. Take advantage of those deals. Good through this Sunday. If you're still doing no meat on Friday during Lent, you've got a lot of opportunities to grab some good seafood. USDC lot inspected. Only the highest quality seafood at your Muscatine Hy-Vee, that is for sure. I should also mention that today, the 9th of April, is National Library Workers Day, so shout out to all our friends that work at the Munster Public Library, all the librarians and everybody. You're fantastic people. Betty invited me and the fam to be on the show that she's doing, and I didn't call her back. I'm sorry, Betty. My life's been a little chaotic. I think my mom relayed to Betty that things have been a little stressful selling a house and all that. But we'll be on the library show. Does it have a name, Ryan, the thing that Betty's doing? It has a name. We'll figure. What is it? In the kitchen or something like that? Just from the kitchen. Just from the kitchen. Perfect. So we'll be on that soon. Just from the kitchen. All right. It's also National Chinese Almond Cookie Day. Thank you. National Unicorn Day. I like how Unicorn Day is listed at the top. National Cherish an Antique Day, National Winston Churchill Day, National Former Prisoner of War Recognition Day. You can see it on the screen right there. April 9th. Today is National What Day? All right. I will mention a couple of things and then we'll get out of here. I would love to talk about the food service coupons. These are, again, good through this Sunday. You can grab them off the spindles when you walk inside Hy-Vee. It's really easy to have lunch or dinner here and save money at the same time. Maybe it's been a while since you had something to eat at Hy-Vee. Come back and see us and save money at the same time. We've got the flyer ready to go. I emailed it to Rhino this morning, and we're going to put it on the screen. It food service coupon. Yeah, delicious deals. Yeah, now we're talking. We got it, everybody. Check this out. Yes, perfect. So, Ryan, if you scroll, it has another side. There we go. These are the deals good this week through this Sunday. Thank you, sir. Look at that. 8-piece chicken strip, $6. Rotisserie chicken, $5.99. $1 off any Hickory House Comfort Food Kitchen meal. $1 off any Chinese meal. And $2 off regular priced burger. So you can't use that today. It's already $8 burger night, but like any regular price burger, those are fantastic coupons if you'll have it. Grab one and save at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. The Breakfast with Gary Dolphin is this Saturday. To remind you once again, voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes, football season coming up soon, spring game on the way. Gary Dolphin and Eddie Podolak will have Hawkeye football, and there he is right there, Dolph in the store this Saturday. Mike Church in the house. Gary Dolphin, Hawk fans. We'll be here. You can meet and greet with Dolph. Grab breakfast if you want. Breakfast buffet will be rocking and rolling. Meet and greet, Q&A, moderated, that's the better word, moderated by Brian Musell. We look forward to that. You can listen to that on KWPC Radio, live streamed on the interwebs. And a lot of fun with Dolph right here, RSVP 563-264-2420. And then I'll mention this, Salvation Army of Muscatine has a big fundraiser coming up on May 17th. with a performance by Thad Burkhamper, a.k.a. TB Mentalism. Salvation Army needs some help making sure that they've got enough funding for their Summer Kids program. So we are happy to support this event, the annual Dinner and Kids Zone Day Camp fundraiser. Friday, May 17th, Geneva Golf and Country Club. Doors open at 6, dinner at 6:30, $50 a pop. Always good eats, good time, supporting a good cause. Get your tickets by contacting the Salvation Army at 563-263-8272, and I hope that you'll consider supporting that worthwhile event. Salvation Army provides a lot of great things for children here in Muscatine. The stuff that I have on the set this morning would confuse people that are just tuning in. So we were talking about ketchup with Jim Simmons. We've still got ketchup in the glass bottle. Jim says you do this move to get the ketchup out of the glass bottle. And then we had the Hy-Vee Simply Light sugar-free, low-calorie drink mixes with the fuel saver and a gigantic thing of donut holes. 50 donut holes for $5. These are just massive, and they always look good. And then, of course, the keto-friendly, high-fat, no-sugar Starbucks. All right, thanks to Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament. Get your free A1C screening next Tuesday, the 16th, from 8 till noon here at Hy-Vee. We appreciate Kara's time. Reach out if you ever have any questions, you want to find things in the store. Kara can give you a guided tour. She's happy to take care of you. And that's what we have her here for. And thanks to Hy-Vee store director Jim Simmons for being with us. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching. CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine team staffing make this broadcast possible. We're live every weekday, Monday through Friday, starting at 8:30. And replaying on cable. If you're watching cable, you know this already. 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Muscatine Power and Water Channel 5. Remax Professionals, they have that channel. They've got all the open houses. My house will not be open because we have accepted an offer. So sorry, my house is not going to be on Channel 5. But that's good news for us, right? But please stay tuned if you're watching Channel 5 for the latest real estate openings. The market is hot in Muscatine County for sure. If you're buying or selling a home, they're going quickly. So the good news is if you're selling a home, they're going quick. If you're trying to buy a home, pressure's on, right? So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on Wednesday with Paula Lavasser from Trinity Public Health here in Muscatine, New Horizons with Trinity Public Health. And we'll talk to our friend Jeff Cochran with Bosch Pest Control. Looking forward to having him here. That'll be tomorrow on Hy-Vee Today. Email me if you need anything, guest suggestions, comments, concerns, complaints are always 867-5309. Ask for Jenny. That's all, y'all. I got to have a donut hole with some vintage ketchup on it. The secret ingredient is tomatoes and vinegar. Goodbye. Whoo! See that? Caught it.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.